Hello Leo, Sun, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Leo, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and are moving forward. So with all that being said, Leo, let's get started. What's the overall energy for this connection? Okay, so we do have true love, and then we also have reconciliation. Okay, this to me feels like a reconciliation is about to happen between you and another person. Of course, you know, this reconciliation could have already occurred here between you and this person, but with true love coming out here, this is very similar to like the King and the Queen of Cups in tarot. So that's kind of telling me that, you know, whoever this person is that's resurfacing back up here for you, it's someone that you were madly in love with, and it was someone that was madly in love with you. It's basically what I'm getting, but let's see what's going on. We're going to focus on you first, and we'll jump over to your person. Just keep in mind that the roles can be reversed. All right, how does Leo currently view this relationship? So we do have the Emperor. We also have the Page of Swords as well as the Three of Swords out here. You could be dealing with a Gemini, possibly an Aries. Doesn't necessarily have to be the case. You know, it's interesting because this person that's about to resurface back up here for you is someone who has been crossing your mind as of lately. Like there has been certain things that have been reminding you of this person out of nowhere. I am definitely getting that strongly. Okay, so this to me kind of feels like spirit warning you in advance about this person's return. Okay. This person definitely is an ex-lover of yours. I am getting that. But how does this person currently view this relationship with Leo? Okay. So we do have the Three of Pentacles. We do have the Ten of Cups. We also have the King of Cups, and then we also have the High Priestess. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Six of Cups. The reason why you find yourself randomly thinking about this person out of nowhere is because this person has been thinking about you a whole lot, is basically what I'm getting, especially with the Six of Cups coming out here. The Six of Cups represents like a reminiscing energy, so this person has been thinking a lot you know, about you and their relationship with you and how awesome it was and how madly in love they were with you. I think that it's safe to say that the two of you still have a very strong, intense soul-type connection, you know, to one another. It also appears to me that the two of you haven't necessarily seen one another and or spoken to one another in quite some time now. I am definitely getting that. I don't think that you were ever able to fully get over this person. This person wasn't really able to like ever like fully get over you. I am getting that. How does, okay, Leo currently feel? So we do have the Three of Cups, we do have the Star, and then we also have the Three of Wands. It kind of looks like the universe in some way, shape, or form is about to bring the two of you back together all over again. So I am definitely getting that this person that has been randomly crossing your mind as of lately, the universe is about to bring the two of you back together all over again in some way, shape, or form. Leo, like I said, you're being like, you know, warned in advance about this person's return. Okay, how does this person, okay, currently feel? So we do have the Six of Wands, we do have the Sun, and then we also have the Moon out here. I wonder how this reconciliation is taking place here between the two of you. Like, I wonder if this person's just like contacting you out of nowhere, or if you're just running into them. That I don't know. I don't know how the two of you are coming back together. For some of you, you might run into this person randomly at like the grocery store, gas station. For others of you, this person might contact you, you know, via Facebook, Instagram, whatever else that you may have, you know, out there. But more of the story is that I do see the two of you reconciling with one another. Now, when the two of you do reconcile with one another, because I do see that definitely happening, it's going to stir up a lot of emotions, I would say, for this person to the right of me. I think that a part of them, you know, will be extremely happy, and a part of them is going to find themselves feeling extremely sad, which is something that I would like to kind of entertain and look into a little bit more. So let's look at that. Tell me more about the Moon. We have the Four of Cups. We have the Four of Pentacles. And then we also have the Page of Wands out here. The bottom of the deck, we do have the 10 of Swords. We got the 10 of Wands. And then we also have the 5 of Pentacles out here. So the primary reason why this person's going to find themselves, because there's going to be a big part of them that's going to find themselves kind of feeling a little bit down and a little bit sad. You know, it does have a lot to do with them essentially wishing that they could kind of go back into time. And like redo everything like with you all over again. Like say for example, you know, you decided to get up and walk out of this person's life and this person didn't necessarily bother to essentially put up a fight, for example. Like this person's kind of wishing they could go back into time and undo that moment and fight to basically keep you in their life is basically what I'm getting. I just kind of feel like this person has like a lot of regret when it comes down to the ending of this dynamic here between the two of you. Maybe they didn't fight to keep you in their life. You know, maybe they didn't try to stop you, or maybe they did something to self-sabotage things, you know, between the two of you, you know, causing, you know, you to get up and walk away from them. You know, that's a possibility. I'm just kind of getting a lot of sadness and a lot of regret specifically, but it has a lot to do with the ending. So them self-sabotaging this relationship, or them not fighting to keep you in their life, or them not stopping you from walking out of that door. I think that a big part of them, you know, like I said, will be extremely happy and excited, but there's going to be that part of them that's going to be, you know, feeling a little down and a little bit sad that they went about this ending the way that they went about it, or they did whatever it is that they did to cause the relationship between the two of you to come to an end. Okay. What actions will Leo take towards this person? I'm also getting like an energy of like disbelief coming from them. Like I feel like when the two of you do reconcile, however it is that you guys do reconcile with one another, I am definitely getting a sense of disbelief coming from them. It's as if this person thought that they would never like see you again, let alone speak to you again. So the fact that this person is, you know, speaking to you again, and they're able to essentially see you again and like hold you and hug you, these are things that this person never thought would occur between the two of you is basically what I'm getting. Now we do have the Ace of Swords, we do have the Chariot, and then we also have the Eight of Wands. This to me feels like a catching up energy. There's a lot of catching up, I would say, that's definitely taking place here between you and this person, which is kind of making me feel like y'all went a while without seeing one another or speaking to one another. I feel like you have drastically changed. I am definitely getting that. I think that both of you have, you know, drastically changed, you know, since the two of you last saw one another or spoken to one another. I am definitely getting that. But there's something about you that has drastically changed. Yeah, there's something about you that has drastically changed that this person is essentially noticing. It's nothing bad or anything like that. I just kind of feel like this person's blown away by how much you've actually changed as an individual. So let's just say, for example, I don't know, let's just say, for example, when you were dealing with this person, you know, you were working you know, a job that you didn't necessarily like, or a job that didn't necessarily, you know, fulfill you. And now, you know, you're a whole lawyer, or you're a judge, or you're working a job that, you know, you actually really do love and essentially fulfills you. You know what I mean? Like, I just kind of, there's something about your job title, you know, that has drastically changed. I am specifically getting that. So yeah, maybe you were working a job that you didn't necessarily like when you were dealing with this person. Now you find yourself, you know, working a job that you actually do like, a job that you're very, very passionate about. Maybe you have your own business, you know, that's definitely a possibility, you know, as well. Maybe you're running like a very large corporation for some of you out there, but I am specifically getting something about like your job title has drastically changed. Yeah, I would say you find yourself in a much better place, like financially, than you did when you were like initially dealing with this person, if that makes any sense. All right, what actions? Okay, so we have the Page of Wands, we have the Hierophant, and then we also have the Seven of Swords out here. Okay, so in regards to how this person plans on moving forward, the only thing that I really see happening here, like I said, is the two of you just catching up with one another, okay? Now, here's what's running through their mind, okay? If this was like Burger King have it their way, okay, Leo, they will love nothing more but to start over with you. is primarily what I'm getting off of this person's, you know, energy. They would love to start over with you and actually build towards a life with you this time around. The thing is that they don't know if that's something that you would be open and receptive to. You know, I mean, given like the way things played out between the two of you, you know, given like whatever it is that they may have done on their end to self-sabotage things here between, you know, the two of you. They don't know if that's something that, you know, you would want to happen between the two of you, as far as like the two of you starting over with one another and building towards a relationship with one another is concerned. Just given, you know, whatever happened here between the two of you. But, you know, that's definitely something that they want. Like they would love, you know, to like actually build towards something serious here with you and start over with you. Their thing is they just don't know if that's something that you're going to essentially want, you know what I mean? Like I feel like this person is just trying to kind of like figure out like where your head is at, to be honest. They don't know if, you know, you're just trying to like catch up with them and nothing more, nothing less, or, you know, if you're interested in getting back together, you know, with them. They just really don't know. So I think that this person's going to spend a lot of time trying to kind of like figure out like where your head is at, and what your intentions are here. Are you just trying to, you know, are you just trying to like catch up with them, nothing more, nothing less, and then go about your day? Are you trying to just develop a friendship with them, nothing more, nothing less? Or are you open and receptive towards getting back with them, you know? Now, at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Queen of Cups. The King of Cups came out over here. We have the Queen of Cups over here. So true pair situation between you and this person, but the King and the Queen of Cups does represent, you know, true love. I think that there's a possibility that it could reach that point where the two of you, you know, might decide to like get back together and, you know, start over with one another. There's a huge possibility that might end up occurring here, you know, between you and this person. I think that, you know, when you guys do reconcile, you know, with one another and reconnect with one another, I think that it's going to bring up a lot of old emotions for them, just like it's going to bring up a lot of old emotions for you. And, it could definitely cause the two of you to want to get back together, you know what I mean, and start over with one another. I think that that's something that you would be open and receptive to. You know, I am definitely getting that. And I think that that's something that this person will essentially discover along the way, because that's something that this person's currently trying to figure out. Like, you know, can we end up starting over and get back together, or can we not? You know what I mean? Is Leo going to be open and receptive to it, or are they not going to be open and receptive to it? And I think this person's going to quickly, you know, figure out that you're more than likely going to be very open and receptive towards giving this relationship, you know what I mean, like another go around, considering the fact that you are showing up as a Queen of Cups. All right. So the likelihood of you guys actually getting back together after all of this time is very, very likely to happen, Leo. All right, so that is what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.